Hi, and welcome to our annual Synergy Conference. My name is Emmy, and I'm a product trainer at Thomson Reuters. Today's session, I will show you how to improve your interactions with your clients using Onvio Firm Management. Onvio Firm Management is a software that was designed to streamline the entire workflow. With the document management module and the client portal, you could easily collaborate and exchange documents with your clients. In this presentation, I will show you how to customize the notifications that are sent out to clients. We will create a folder structure in Onvio, and we will then share those folders with our clients. I will also show you how to submit an approval request for an e-signature and how to request documents from your clients using Onvio Client Center. So now let's take a deeper dive into Onvio Firm Management. So we're now in the Onvio Center on the home dashboard. And the first thing we're going to do is customize the notifications that are sent out to our clients. In order to customize the notifications, we're going to click on the Setup menu. And underneath the column Onvio Settings, we're going to click on Notifications. So again, it's the Setup menu, and then click on Notifications. On the notification screen, you're going to notice two tabs. The first tab, which is the Styling tab, will allow you to edit some of the default attributes that are shared through all the notifications that are sent out to clients. Here you could change the sender's name, the reply to email, and you can even add a header and a footer, again, to all of the notifications, to all of the emails that are sent out to your clients. For the sender's name, we recommend that you add your business name, or you could add your first name and last name. So for this example today, I'm going to add the business name, and I'm also going to change the reply to email. We strongly suggest that you add a reply to email so that if your clients have questions in regards to the notification that they just received, they're able to reply back and send that email over to your firm. So here you could put your business email, or if you have a generic email such as reception@email.com or info@email.com, you could also enter that email as the reply to email. Here at the bottom, we could set up a header and a footer for all of the notifications that are sent out. If you wish to add your logo as a header or a footer, you could click on the image icon. So here we're going to add a logo on the header of our email notifications. So I have the option to drag and drop the image. So I could just open up the Windows Explorer window and then select the image and then drop it into Onvio. Or if you click on this box here, it's going to open up a new window where you're able to simply select the image that is saved on your computer. Once you added the image on the header or the footer, you could change the alignment of the image by clicking on this icon here. So you can move the image to the left-hand side of the screen, You could keep it in the center, or you can move it to the far right corner. For the footer, you can keep the message for the privacy policy, or for this example, what we're going to do is we're simply going to add our business signature as the footer. So here I just copy and paste my signature into the footer. And if you wish to add again an image, you could simply click on this icon here in order to import an image that was saved on your computer. So once you're done setting up the styling tab for your notifications, you could just scroll down and click on Save Style. So now that we completed the styling tab, we're just going to click on the second tab called Wording. On the Wording tab, we can see all of the notifications that are triggered by various events in Envio for management. So just to give you an example, when you add a client in Envio, you do have the option to activate the portal for Envio Client Center. When you activate that portal, a notification is sent out to the client so that they can register to Envio Client Center. On the Wording tab, you could customize the wording of the notification that is sent out to all of your clients. So in order to customize the wording for the notification to activate or to register to Envio Client Center, you just need to go to the User Activation section on the left-hand side, and you should see the notification for Client Center registration. So here we can see the notifications for French client. You also have the option here to see the English notifications that are sent out to English clients. For the body of the message, we strongly suggest that you add a text that will explain to your clients what is Envio Client Center. You even have the option here to add links to tutorials that will show them how to use Envio or how to register to their portal. We do have a video library that's available in Envio, and in order for you to access the video library, you could simply click on the circle with the question mark on the top right corner of the screen. And once you click on the circle with the question mark, on the search field, you could simply type in library. So we're currently in our help and how to center, and the first article, which is video library, will show you the list of all of the videos that you could watch in Envio, and those videos will guide you through your implementation, will guide you through your setup. The bottom sections are 2 videos for your clients. The first one will show them how to register and use Envio Client Center, and the second one will show them how to sign documents electronically using the e-signature feature in Envio. Here we could just simply click on the link, and that will populate the video on the different web browser, and you could simply copy the hyperlink into the email notification that is sent out to clients. So here, if I want to add the link to the video in the notification, I'm going to click on this icon here, which is insert a link. And I'm just going to paste the hyperlink on the field and add the option to open up the video on a different web browser. So here I'm just going to copy paste a text that will explain to our clients what is Onvio Client Center and how they could benefit from using a cloud portal. Right underneath the text, we have the link here, and if our client clicks on the link, they will be able to watch a short tutorial that will show them how to register to Onvio and how to navigate through the portal. Once you're done customizing the email templates that are sent out to clients, you could simply scroll down the page and click on Save. I also recommend that you use this feature in order to send a test. So if you click on Send a Test, it's simply going to send you the notification that is sent to clients. So you're able to view the changes before the notification is sent out to all of your clients. Now that we customized the notification, we're going to look at how to set up folder structure in Onvio. So by setting up a folder structure in Onvio, we're able to assign those folders to our clients so that we could then decide which folders that we want to share with our clients in Onvio Client Portal. So in order to create folder templates in Onvio, we're going to go to the Setup menu. In the Setup menu, we're going to select the option Folder Templates. So right underneath the column Firm, you should see Folder Templates. And here we could create a brand new folder structure that we wish to assign to multiple clients. You can even drag and drop a folder structure that you already set up on your computer, so you could select all of those folders and drag them into Onvio. Today we're going to create a new folder structure together. And just to let you know that in our Help and How To Center, we do have examples of folder structure that you could create in Onvio. So again, if you click on the circle with the question mark in order to access our Help and Support menu, under Suggested Article, you would see the article for Add a Folder Template. Here we just clicked on Add a Folder Template, and if we scroll down, you could see some examples of folders that you can create in Onvio. So you could create a permanent folder. You could create a permanent folder starting by the year, for example, 2022, and then create subfolders for correspondence, source documents, financial statements. Or you can even do the opposite, create a main folder for correspondence and then create subfolders for each year. In order to create a folder structure in Onvio, on the folder template screen, you just need to click on New Template. Here it's going to populate a new window where I'm simply able to add the name of the folder. So for the first folder, I'm going to call it Correspondence. And then we could just click on save in order to create that new folder. Now, if you want to create a subfolder, you just need to go in the main folder. So here we're just going to click on the folder called correspondence. And we're going to click again on the new button in order to add a new folder. So again, here you just have to click on new and then select new folder in order to create a subfolder in the main folder called correspondence. So here I'm just adding a folder for tax news. So if there's new tax changes that I wish to share with my clients, I'm able to add any documents into that folder and then share the information with my clients. I could even create another subfolder for questionnaire. So every year I send out a questionnaire to my clients in order to know if their marital status have changed or if they have a new billing address or if they moved. So I'm able to create a subfolder for the questionnaire, and once I'm in the folder, I'm able to add a document. Just keep in mind here that we're creating a template that we wish to share to the majority of our clients. So we want to keep the template as generic as possible so that we could then assign that folder structure to multiple clients. Here, if we want to add a document in the folder, so I'm just going to go in the folder called questionnaire. And if I wish to add a document, I could just click on the upload icon. So here we're just going to go through the computer in order to add a new document. So here we have an Excel spreadsheet of our questionnaire. So here we have an Excel spreadsheet of the questionnaire, and it's a generic document that we want to share with all of our clients. So here I'm just going to select the file, and I'm able to save the document in the subfolder called questionnaire. Okay, so here we were able to add an Excel spreadsheet by clicking on the icon called Upload. You could also import documents from other cloud services. So if you have documents that are stored in Dropbox, Google Drive, or Box, you're able to import those documents into your folder structure. So now we're just going to go back to our folder template, and we're going to create another structure for document to sign. So here I'm just going to create a new folder. So here I just created a new folder for documents that I wish to sign, that I want my clients to sign. So here we're just going to click on Save. And now if we want to create subfolder, again, we're going to click on the folder called Forms to Sign. We're going to click on New and then plus folder. And here I could create a subfolder for each year. And I'm going to create another one for 2024. So we just created a folder for forms to be signed, and inside that folder, I created a subfolder for each year. So if I have documents that I want my clients to sign, I'm able to assign that folder structure to my clients, and then in Onvio, I could save the document to sign in that shared folder. You can even use the e-signature feature in Onvio in order to request an approval on the document to your clients using Onvio Client Center. So what's going to happen is that you're able to send an approval request on a PDF document, and the approval request will allow your clients to sign the document electronically using Onvio Client Center or using their web browser. So here we're just going to go back to the folder template, and we're going to create a last folder structure for tax slips. So every year, I want my clients to send me slips, their tax slips, which will then allow me to produce their tax return. In order to create that folder structure, I'm just going to click here on New Template. And instead of entering the name of the folder, I'm going to start with the year. So that folder will start with 2022. I could also create another folder for 2023. And then inside the folder 2022, I could create a subfolder called tax slips. I can copy that folder into the 2023 subfolder. So here, main folder. So here I could go to manage, and then you have the option here to copy. And we're just going to click on this arrow here in order to select 2023 and then copy. So now if I go back to the folder template, I'm able to see the subfolder for 2022. And I also have a subfolder for 2023. So these are the steps to follow in order to create a folder structure in Onvio. And we basically call this folder templates. Now, in order to assign those templates to our clients, we're simply going to go to the Setup menu. In the Setup menu, we're going to click on Clients. So we're now on our client list and Onvio Firm Management. And here we're able to select multiple clients and then assign them a folder template. Before we select our clients, I just want to show you that in Onvio Firm Management, there are options where you could filter your list of clients. So we do have tools that will allow you to filter your client list. So for example, if you want to assign the folder called tax slip to only clients whose entity is individual, in Onvio, what you could do is you could click on this icon here in order to use the grouping panel. So by clicking on the icon Show Group Panel, you're able to drag and drop the column that you wish to group. So again, if I want to see only the clients whose entity is individual, I can click on the title of the column and simply drop it into the grouping area. Then I recommend that you click on Load More in order to view all of the entities. And here we could view all of our clients whose entity is individual. And right beside entity, I can check the box here in order to select all of the clients. You could also use filters. So by clicking on this icon here, Show Filter Panel, you will see the option to edit filter. So if you click on this hyperlink, it will allow you to create a rule on your client list. So that rule could be entity type is, and then here we could select individual. Once we click on apply filter, Onvio will simply filter out our client list in order to show only the clients whose entity is individual. And again, here I recommend that you click on show more just to make sure that you're able to view all of your client list. So now that we have a filter in order to view only the clients whose entity is individual, I can check the box right beside action in order to select all of the clients. And then here on top, you can click on the edit button in order to add folders to the selected clients. So again, here, step number 1 will allow you to choose which actions that you want to apply to the selected clients. So here we're going to select add folders. Then in step number 2, we could create a new folder. Or if you use the drop-down menu, you're able to create a new folder from a template. So we're going to select the second option in order to select our 2022 folder. And don't forget, inside that folder, there was a subfolder called tax slip. So here we could see the folder name. If you wish to change the name, you could do so. And then you could simply go to step number 3 in order to review the information before assigning the folder to 160 clients, to 116 clients. Okay, so these are the steps to follow in order to add a folder structure to multiple clients. Now, if you wish to add a folder template to only specific clients, so if you only want to add, for example, the template called, for example, forms to be signed, you want to assign that template to only one client. What you could do is you could simply go to the document area in Onvio. So here we're going to click on documents. And then under client document, there's a drop down menu that will allow you to select your clients. Just keep in mind here that this field, this drop-down menu, is also a search field. So you could type in the name of your client, so the client's first name, and you will be able to find them on the client list. So for this example, I'm just going to select my client here, Ben Da Vinci. And in order to add a folder, I'm going to click on plus folder. And here I have to add the name to the folder. So I'm just going to call it form to be signed. You can also add the year. And you could select a template. So here, if I click on the plus sign, I'm able to view all of the subfolders that were created in the section called folder template. So now we just saw how to create folder structures in Envio. So we created a folder template, and I also showed you how to assign those folders to clients. If you wish to share the folder with your clients, you could simply click on the checkbox right beside the folder icon, and then click on the Manage menu in order to select Share Folders or Share Folder. So here we're just going to click on Manage and then select Share Folder. In Envio, you could only share one folder at a time. And really important here, you could share folders and not documents. So just keep in mind that when you're sharing a folder with a client, the client will have access to all of the documents that are in the folder. Once you click on Share Folder, it's going to populate this window here where you're able to select the contact. So I'm just going to click on the field Select a Contact. It's going to populate a drop-down menu, and here I could just simply select my client. Envio will automatically assign a folder sharing role to your client. So if you click on the drop-down menu, you could actually change the role that was assigned by Envio, where you could specify that your client could be the owner of the folder, he could be a contributor, or he could be a reviewer. We recommend that you choose the option Contributor. With this option, your clients will be able to upload new documents into the folder. So once you share the folder with the client, if he wishes to send you documents, he's able to upload those documents into that folder. In order to have more information about the sharing folder roles, we recommend that you view our help and support menu. So again here, if you click on the circle with the question mark, you should see the search field. And if you just type in share folder, you're going to see the second article, which is folder sharing roles. So if you click on this hyperlink, it's going to show you the options here. If your client is the owner of the folder, the contributor, or a reviewer. So we're just going to go back to Envio Center, and we're going to share that folder with our client, Ben. Okay, so again, I'm just going to go to Manage and click on Share Folder. I'm going to select the contact, and I'm going to change the role for a contributor. Here, we also suggest that you tick this box in order to apply to subfolders. So with this option, your clients will be able to view all of the documents that are in the subfolders. Then you could click on Save. And once you see this icon, it's to let you know that the folder is now shared with the client. Just a quick note, a folder could be shared with multiple clients and contact. So just to give you an example, if you want to share a tax return that belongs to a corporation, so if you want to share that tax return with the shareholders, in Envio, you could share that folder with multiple contacts. So it could be all of the shareholders of the corporation. So you will be able to select their names as contact, and they will receive a notification by email so that they could log into Onvio Client Center and view or download the corporation's tax return. As soon as you share a folder with a client, again, that client will receive a notification and they must log in to Onvio Client Center in order to view the documents that were shared. So now that we shared the folder with our client, what we could do now is simply add documents into the folder. So here, if we want to add a document for the subfolder 2022, we're just going to click here on the main folder called Forms to be Signed. And we're going to go in the subfolder called 2022. You have several options in Onvio in order to add documents in a folder. You could drag and drop a document that was saved on your computer. So if you have your Microsoft Explorer window open, you could simply select the file and drop it in Onvio. Before you drop the document, just make sure that you see the orange rectangle, and then you will be able to save the document in Onvio. You also have the option to click on Upload. It will allow you to search for a document on your computer. And again, if you have documents that are shared or stored in other cloud services, you can import those documents in Onvio. Now that we have a document in our folder, we could request an e-signature to our client. So if we want our client to sign this document electronically, I could submit an approval request using, I could send the approval request by email, or I could send the approval request through Onvio Client Center. In order to send the approval request to our client, you have to make sure that the file is a PDF document. So the e-signature feature only works on PDF documents. Here, we're just going to tick the box right beside the file, and we're going to go to the Manage menu and select the last option, which is Approve. So again, click on Manage and then select Approve. You're going to see your approval request form. You just need to select the recipient. So if you click on the drop-down menu, you should see the name of your client and their email address. And as you could see here, I have the option to submit the approval request via email. And if my client is registered to Onvio Client Center, I could send the approval request to his portal. Here we have the PDF document, which is an engagement letter. And if we want the client to sign that document electronically, we're just going to activate the feature for e-signature. So once you click on the toggle for e-signature, you're then able to add placeholders on the document. So here on the top left corner of the screen, I see the name of my client, and I could just drag and drop the placeholders on the PDF document. Okay, so I added the signature placeholder on the document, and if you want, you could also type or add a placeholder for the date. So here we're just going to click on Save. And we're going to specify the due date. So by clicking on the calendar icon, I can give, let's say, a week to my client to sign the documents electronically. The expiration date will be added automatically by Onvio. And here we need to add a subject to the email that's going to be sent out to the client. So really important here, when you complete a request, you must complete all of the fields that have an asterisk. Once you're done completing the request, you could just click on send, and the client will then receive a notification to complete the request using his web browser, or if they have access to Onvio Client Center, they will be able to log into their portal and complete the request in the task column. So we just submitted an approval request to our client so that they could sign the engagement letter using the e-signature feature in Onvio. Now we're just going to go to the communication tab in order to send a document request to our client. The document request feature will allow your clients to upload their slips and their forms in Onvio so that you could then produce their tax return. In order to send a document request, we're just going to click here on Add. And once you click on Add, we're going to select the option Document Requests. Here we're going to select our client, which is Ben. And we're also going to select the recipient. And again, you could send the request via email. And if your client is registered to Onvio Client Center, you could also send a request through their portal. Here we need to specify where we want that document to be saved in Onvio. So if you click on Browse, you're able to select the folder where you wish to save all of the slips that will be sent by the client. So here we're just going to select the folder called 2022, and we want the slips to be saved in the folder called tax slip. If you don't have a folder that was created inside the client's file, you could always click on this icon here in order to create a new folder. Now here at the bottom, I'm able to specify the documents that I need from my client. So here I could just type in the slips that I need from my client. So I just type in T4. I can add another document request where I can request our T5. And I could also type in here medical receipts. We're also going to add a due date. So we're going to use the calendar in order to give our client enough time to complete this request. And just a quick note, for all of the requests that you're sending to your clients, you can actually add an extra level of security. So if you want to protect the email or the notification that is sent out to your clients with a password, you could simply tick this box here and enter a unique password. If you use this option, I strongly suggest that you add a hint in the body of the message. Now that we're done with our document requests, we can click on Send. And again, a notification will be sent out to our clients. In Onvio, on the Communication tab, all of the requests could be tracked through this screen. So when you submit a e-signature request to a client, or when you request a document from a client, you can actually view the status in the Communication tab. There's also filtering options available on this screen. So if you click on this icon, I'm able to view all of the approval requests that were sent out to my clients. And I could see the ones that are still pending. So these are all of the e-signature requests that were sent out to our clients and that are still pending. At any time, you could go back in a approval request and you could resubmit the request by email or via Client Center to your client. So by clicking on this icon here, it will actually send a notification email to your client to ask them to complete the approval request. Okay, so again, just by clicking on this icon here, you're able to filter all of the communications that are sent out to your clients. So now that we sent out an e-signature request and a document request to our clients, I just want to show you what the portal looks like for the client. So me as an admin, I do have access to all of the client's portal. So if you are a staff member or if you have admin rights, you're able to go to the setup screen in Onvio and click on clients in order to log in to Onvio Client Center as the client. So here we're just going to click on setup and then clients. And we're going to use the search field in order to search for our client Ben. And I'm going to click here on edit in order to access his file. And now in order to view the Client Center as Ben, I'm going to click on the tab called Client Center Access on the left-hand side of the screen. Here I could see that Ben is registered for Onvio Client Center, and if I click on Show Details, I'm able to view the Client Center as Ben. So you just need to click on this hyperlink in order to access the Client Center of your client. And in the Client Center, we could see two tabs. On the Task tab, I'm able to view all of the requests that were sent to my client. So here I could see a request for e-signature, and I also have a request for a document. For actually 3 documents, sorry. So the client will need to click on Start in order to upload the document requested in Onvio Client Center. Here, if they're using their cell phone, they could easily take a picture of the document and simply save that picture in Onvio Client Center. They also have the option to upload a picture or upload the document from another cloud service, or they could browse through their computer in order to upload the requested document. Okay, so again, the client could navigate through his computer in order to select the document. It could be a PDF, a Word document, or even a note, a picture, a JPEG or a GIF. So they're able to upload the requested document in Onvio Client Center and send that over to the accountant. So we just completed the first request. So again, here I'm just showing you the process for the client once they receive the notification to submit documents to the accounting firm. For my client, Ben, we could also see that he has a request for an e-signature. So just to show you what the process will look like for the client, here we're just going to click on Start. And here we could see that we have an engagement letter to sign. So the client will need to accept the terms of the agreement and then click on Review Document. Once they click on Review Document, they're able to choose their signature style. So the first option will give them a choice of signatures that they could choose from. They could also draw their signature in Onvio. Or if they have a picture of their signature saved on their computer, they could easily upload the image in Onvio Client Center. So for this example, we're going to choose the first option where we could select our signature. And once we click on Next, the client will then click on Start and then Confirm in order to add the signature on the document. So here we have the signature and the date. And once I click on Submit and Continue, that will send a notification to the firm to let them know that the documents were completed by the client. So every time a client completes a task in Onvio, this will automatically send a notification to the firm. The client has the option here to download the signed copy of the engagement letter, or if they go back to the main page of the Client Center, they're able to view the signed document in the tab called Documents. So here, if I click on Documents, I could go in the folder called 2022, and I could see the engagement letter that was signed by the client. That same and exact copy is also saved in your Onvio Center. So you as the accountant, you will be able to view all of the documents that were signed by your clients. Just a quick note here, in Onvio Client Center, there's two views. So here we could see the folder view, and we could also see the list view of all of the documents. So we could see the documents that were uploaded by the client, and we could see the ones that were shared with the client. If the client has relationships with other clients, so for example, if the client is linked to a spouse or if he's linked to a corporation, here in Onvio Client Center, there's a drop-down menu where you could view the file of the other individuals or corporation to whom he's linked to. So for example, my client Ben has a spouse, and here he's able to view all of the documents that are related to his spouse. Okay, so he could always go back to his personal section, or he could view the files or the documents for the spouse. The client also has an option here to add documents. So if he clicks on this icon here, he's able to browse through his computer or scan from a device a document that he wished to send to the accounting firm. So here, just to show you if the client is using this option, and for example, he wants to send over a, let's say here I have a fillable PDF, and I'm just going to click here on upload. So again, let's assume that the client just sent over a PDF document to the accounting firm. If I close the view for OnView Client Center, it's going to bring me back to my OnView account. And once you're back in your OnView account, you just need to go to the document area in order to view the new document that was sent over by the client. So here I could click on Ben and I could see the PDF form. And again, just to show you, if I go into the folder called 2022, I can also see the signed PDF document. And this view is currently the view for the accounting firm. Okay, so we're back into OnView Center for the accounting firm. As you have seen, we have several tools in OnView Firm Management that makes it easier for you to interact with your clients. Using OnView Center and OnView Client Center, you could easily communicate with your clients and exchange documents. This concludes today's presentation on how to improve the interaction with our clients.